And now it's time to examine what the Astros are left with. Jeremy, give us your take on the Astros' #1 draft pick. Wasn't in the first round, as we all know, due to sign stealing, but it's the pitcher from the Bronx, high schooler Alex Santos.
You know, thank you for reminding me, Jason, they participated in the draft. I wasn't quite sure they did anything. But
it was that bad? It was that bad?
Yeah, boy. We'll dive into Alex Santos. Alex Santos is a kid from the Northeast, got a good arm. Been up to 95. He's got some delivery concerns, and the breaking ball is a little bit short. It's an upside play. You're thinking he's going to, eventually develop into a starter. And look, lots of times these young kids, they can grow into their bodies more and do things that are, that they can't necessarily do now as immature, right? They're not supposed to be finished products at 17, 18. So I understand why they took him, and he's got a good arm. We'll see what happens.
The one player that seems to have the most upside is a player, Zach Daniels, outfielder from Tennessee. But with all that projection comes a lot of question marks.
Yeah, so this guy hits, 176 from 2 years at Tennessee and struck out 40% of the time on the Cape.
That's not great. That's not great.
That doesn't happen often that guys get drafted at all, let alone the fourth round. Guys, to be honest with you, it feels like we're doing this every year, but it has been the same scouts for the last 3 years. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what we got, and look, let's hope these guys turn out, but no first rounder makes it tough. No second rounder makes it tough. Santos is an upside play. You got a guy who's probably, at best, he's a 4A guy that can help you a little bit in the 5th round. And a kid that swings and misses in the SEC and in the Cape when it's supposed to be better. But, fellas, the talent gets better. It gets tougher to play as the game climbs. If you can't handle it in college at 176, how are you going to handle it in the big leagues? It's not going to work. So I wish the kid all the best, but another year where the Astros did some baffling things in the draft.
Jeremy, how long does it take for us to really gauge what a front office is doing as far as draft picks? Does it take 2 or 3 years? Because I know, in baseball it's a little different than in other sports.
Daniel, first of all, that's a really good question, and I think it's really appropriate for right now, because this isn't James Click's front office yet. He may be the general manager. This is all holdovers from the Luno regime. Elias is in Baltimore now. This is the holdover there. So these guys are still what's left behind. He hasn't come in and let anybody go. He hasn't brought his own people in, and good for him for letting the people he has run the year. They got this far without him. They're out seeing games, and obviously it was a different year, so they weren't doing that with the video. Whatever formulas they had in play, they let them do that. That said, this front office, this drafting front office, has drafted since Bobby Heck left one of the worst farm systems in the history of the game. We said this a couple years ago. We continue to say it. And James Click has to go reset everybody, get better internationally, get better domestically, and get better professionally on the pro scouting side, and kind of reboot these guys and see what he's got. And we'll know how good James Click is in the year 2023.
Jeremy Booth always tells it like it is. Jeremy, thanks again, as always, for being on Sports Extra.
All right, guys.
And the Astros also adding some undrafted free agents on Sunday, the first day it's allowed. These guys signed for peanuts. Zimmerman, the infielder there, he actually played